The evening began like any ordinary dinner gathering. Soft music played in the background. Warm lights cast a cozy glow. The aroma of grilled chicken filled the air, and friends mingled comfortably in the living room. My husband, Daniel, had spent the entire day preparing for this small get-together. He cooked, cleaned, decorated, even ironed the tablecloth himself, all because he wanted everything to be perfect. That was Daniel. Hosting came naturally to him. He loved making everyone feel welcome, and he never complained. I admired him for it, but I'll admit, sometimes I took his generosity for granted. That night, surrounded by laughter, friends, and the warmth of wine, I made the mistake of showing off in the worst possible way. We gathered around a dining table, conversation flowing easily. I sat next to my friend Mia, who always teased me about my boring married life. I don't know what came over me. Maybe the second glass of wine. Maybe a desire to appear exciting. Maybe just a foolish surge of ego. When Mia jokingly asked if I ever found other men attractive, I smirked and said, loud enough for everyone to hear, well, if Daniel doesn't keep up, I might just upgrade. That new guy at the office? Definitely an improvement. The table went quiet for a moment. Then awkward laughter filled the space. Some chuckled. Others averted their eyes. Mia's eyebrows shot up. My husband froze. Daniel didn't react. No twitch, no forced laugh, not even a stiff smile. He set his fork down and stared at me, unreadable. Not angry, not emotional, just calm. That alone sent a strange chill down my spine. I expected a roll of the eyes, a sarcastic comeback, a playful tease, anything, but he said nothing. No defense of himself, no defense of us, not a single word. And in that moment, I realized the joke wasn't funny. Not to him, not to anyone. The rest of the dinner felt off. People tried to continue conversation, but Daniel's silence hovered like a storm cloud. He served food, cleared plates, refilled glasses, all with polite efficiency, yet distant, almost mechanical. I nudged him lightly, whispering, "Hey, it was just a joke." He smiled politely, an empty, careful smile, and said nothing. That silence hurt far more than anger ever could. After dinner, the guests moved to the living room for dessert. Daniel disappeared into the home office. I assumed he needed a moment, so I stayed behind, trying to pretend everything was normal. But deep down, unease gnawed at me. Daniel didn't act without reason. Something about his quiet felt deliberate, precise. When he returned, he wasn't carrying coffee or dessert. He held his laptop. He didn't look at me. He simply plugged it into the TV. The guests quieted, curiosity rippling through the room. My heart began to pound. Daniel clicked on a folder. My stomach sank when I read the title. Her Jokes. This wasn't something he had just created. It had been waiting there. He opened it and played a slideshow, a simple sequence of photos he had compiled before the party even began. Images of our marriage, captured quietly over the years. Breakfasts I forgot he made. Anniversaries I barely celebrated. Small surprises he planned even when I brushed them off. Under each photo, captions read things like, "This was the day I realized she takes my love lightly." The room fell silent. Heat rose to my face. I looked at him. He still wasn't looking at me. He wasn't angry. He wasn't shouting. He was simply showing me the truth. Calmly. His quiet cut deeper than any yell could. I wanted to stop him, to say, "Please don't do this here." But my voice refused to come out. Then the final slide appeared. Not a photo, just a single line. "If she ever wants to upgrade, I hope the next man loves her half as much as I did." My breath caught. Time froze. No one moved. No one spoke. It felt as if someone had ripped open my chest. This wasn't a revenge meant to humiliate. It was heartbreak, wrapped in honesty. And suddenly, I realized Daniel hadn't made this in the moment. He had been hurting silently for months. When the slideshow ended, he gently closed the laptop, stood, and addressed the room. "Thank you all for coming. Please enjoy dessert." His voice was calm. Too calm. That calm scared me more than any outburst could. He passed by me without a glance and stepped onto the balcony. I wanted to follow, but shame pinned me to the chair. Mia leaned over and whispered, What did you do to him? I had no answer. Worse, I knew I didn't deserve sympathy. I had hurt the one man who had always been there for me. I had made him feel replaceable. His silent revenge wasn't about embarrassment. It was about showing me exactly what I had thrown away with one careless joke. After the guests left, the house fell painfully quiet. I walked onto the balcony where Daniel stood, staring at the night sky. "Daniel, I'm sorry," I whispered. He didn't respond. I never meant to hurt you." Still no answer. His silence was a wall I didn't know how to climb. Finally, without looking at me, he said, "I'm not angry, Claire. I'm tired." Those words cut deeper than anything I had imagined. He wasn't just hurt by the joke. He was hurt by the pattern, the dismissiveness, the sarcasm, the way I treated his love as if it were guaranteed. I took his hand gently, pleading silently. "Please, give me a chance to fix this." He didn't pull away, nor did he cling. That balance, neither rejection nor embrace, felt like a lifeline. Finally, he met my gaze, calm but exhausted. "Respect isn't optional, Claire," he said. "And tonight, you showed me how little mine meant to you." I broke down, tears flowing not from embarrassment, but from the realization of how deeply I had damaged the one relationship I should have cherished. On that balcony, I promised him I would never wield humor as a weapon again, that I would stop targeting him with careless jokes, that I would earn his trust back. Healing didn't happen overnight, but that night changed everything. The woman who entered the dinner party was careless and ego-driven. The woman who stepped onto the balcony was humbled, shaken, and ready to fight for the man she nearly lost. Daniel's silent, calm, honest response became the turning point that saved us. Because sometimes the quietest reaction hits the hardest, forcing you to finally see the truth you've been avoiding.